I'm a fitness instructor, a triathlon athlete, and believe it or not, a magician. I soon discovered magic as a way to bring people into my imaginary world. I found another way to entertain others and get fit at the same time.
3, 2, 1, recovery.
Fitness became a way of life for me, especially during difficult times. It fills me with such a positive boost of energy.
Stomach shuffle. Extra foot on after.
My biggest influence for loving sports came from my mother. My inspiration, my heart, and my biggest support. I love teaching and inspiring others, but I also need time alone. Time to reflect and recharge my batteries. And that's what working out in nature gives me. A chance to connect on a deeper level. While swimming, biking, and running outdoors. With my mother's encouragement, I decided to register for Ironman Hamburg. The race is considered one of the most difficult sporting events in the world. It includes a 3.8-kilometer swim, 180-kilometer bike ride,
We've not got Alex Yee to run against today.
a 42.2-kilometer marathon run to the finish line. During the training, my mother became ill. She was diagnosed with cancer. I was in shock. Everything was crumbling around me. I tried to stay positive and strong for her. One evening in the hospital, we made a promise to one another that would change my life. I promised to do the race, no matter what happened. And she promised to be with me every step of the way. Unfortunately, within a few weeks' time, my beloved mother passed away. Nothing prepared me for this kind of loss. I was heartbroken. I could completely fall apart from grief and drop out of the race. Or I could make a different choice, to rise up and go for it and dedicate the race to her. I returned to my place of comfort, nature. While swimming long distances, I felt my mother's strength with me. She was there in spirit, pushing me forward. The combination of exercise and nature helped me process my grief and sadness. I could tune into my body, mind, and soul. I could feel myself becoming healthier and happier. Training for the Ironman is a solitary path. I spent months alone with barely a social life. I was super focused on my goal. I followed a strict diet, swam, cycled, and ran, preparing my body for this one-day event. I needed to make sure I was fully committed. Having such a clear focus helped me get through my grief and helped me prepare for the race. I drove alone to Hamburg in my mother's old car. This wasn't just my race. It was also my family's.
Steunen voor jou daar en dat jullie dit toch samen doen.
After months of training alone, I was so happy to have my family and my closest friends there to support me on this journey. Today is the day. I can feel the energy of thousands of athletes surrounding me, participating in one of the toughest races on the planet. The gun goes off, and I'm alone again. I could feel my mother taking me by the hand, saying, "Let's do this together." I completed the exhausting 3.8 kilometer swim in 1 hour. I got my bike and knew for the next 5 hours it would be just me and my mother as I pushed past my limits. I could hear my father, brother and friends ringing bells to cheer me on. To see them all standing there supporting me was emotionally overwhelming. I completed the 180 kilometer bike ride in 4 hours and 51 minutes. I got ready for the hardest part, the 42.2 kilometer marathon run. This is the part where you hit the wall. You want to quit from sheer exhaustion. Every single muscle in your body aches. You wonder why you're doing this. It feels impossible. One of my best friends ran onto the course to give me a t-shirt with a picture of me and my mother printed on it. I managed to finish the race in a total time of 9 hours and 54 minutes, my best time ever. Tears poured down my face with my mother right next to me. But everyone has to be as crazy as me and do an Ironman triathlon to get through their grief. But pushing oneself beyond the impossible can be incredibly gratifying.